Hi, I'm Fred.
And I'm Sarah, aka the Paris Quiz Mistress.
We're two friends addicted to trivia, and we're
rewatching
Alias.
But this is not an Alias podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Not an Alias Podcast, the singing episode, apparently. My name is Fred, and I am with my co-host, Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Do you think we should do an all limerick episode once?
No.
Okay.
So complicated. Yes, and let's do it for the next one. Are you ready to talk about Alias for a limited amount of time, aka 60 seconds, aka 1 minute?
Yes.
This is Season 2, Episode 8, The Passage, Part 1 of 2. And go.
Everyone's got a new coworker, and his name is Sark. And then they go to Uzbekistan. Irina wants 48 hours outside of her cell. Kendall says, no way, Jose. The blackmailer calls Sloan on the telephone. There's a hookah lounge, and it's all very foreign. They need to get the codes. There's a briefcase. They need to get the codes. The colonel need the fingerprint to open the briefcase for the codes. So they have to go into a morgue in Uzbekistan. It's very grim. Will gets fired by Vaughn, but Will's a stand-up guy, and he gives back some of the money. And then Vaughn basically tells Sydney he's in love with her in like a roundabout way. And then there's nuclear warheads that are missing. Those were the codes. Sydney brought them to SD6, so then they go to Kashmir. And then they're on a family mission, Mom, Dad, and Sydney. What could possibly go wrong? Everything.
Yes, exactly. That is a great summary of this episode. It was the Murphy's Law episode. Everything that can go wrong did go wrong for most people.
Yeah.
But enough of that. What do you think your quiz will be about?
I really hope it's not about Uzbek morgues.
It's about sort of where the action took place, mostly at the end of the show. Do you remember where it was?
They just like the hop, skip, and a jump from New Delhi to Kashmir.
Mm-hmm. I retroactively think it's the fact that they were talking about Kashmir while Sydney was wearing such an obvious turtleneck. That made me think,
So much turtleneck.
oh, Kashmir. Like Kashmir.
Oh.
So your quiz is about fabrics.
All right. Lovely. Oh, we have so much apparel happening.
Exactly. This is a very fashionable show. We're trendy.
Yeah.
So, little quiz about fabrics. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Question 1. The name of which woolen fabric appears in the names of two characters in an English nursery rhyme, popularized by an 1871 children's book and a 1951 animated movie in which they are depicted as colorful, chubby singing twins who honk when they are touched?
Oh. Is it one fabric?
Yeah, one fabric, two names.
Okay. Is the fabric tweed?
And the characters would be?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
Yes, indeed. It was my pleasure to rewatch the Tweedledee and Tweedledum scene from Alice in Wonderland for this quiz. Totally worth it. So there's a whole song about a walrus and a carpenter tricking oysters into being eaten.
Oh, that sequence. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, traumatic.
I spent a week in London many years ago, and every time we got out our Oyster cards to take the tube, my friend said, oysters, little oysters. Every time.
They're so cute in the movie.
They're so adorable.
And Mama always was like, don't go. They will follow walrus out of the water. It was very Stranger Danger.
Stranger danger.
I know. Question 2. What is the stage name of Alexander Hedges Steinberg, who rose to fame as a reality TV contestant in 2017? Other works by this performer include the review show Nightgowns, the one-person show Smoke and Mirrors, and the memoir The Big Reveal.
I have no idea, so I guess I'm going to say a random fabric. Would I know this performer?
Yeah.
Reality TV star 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This is a Drag Race question.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it Sasha Velour?
It is Sasha Velour.
I I whizzed right past it. I had to circle back.
Indeed, Sasha Velour, winner of season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Velour, obviously, is the fabric. Very well sorted out. Question 3. The vicuña is a small wild camelid living at high altitudes between 3,200 and 4,800 meters, whose wool was only reserved to royalty in the 1400s and 1500s and remained very expensive due to its rarity. On which country's coat of arms does the vicuña appear?
So I have a guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's based on a feeling. And is it Peru?
It is Peru.
Yes. So yeah, I felt like it was sort of high altitudes alpaca like sort of creature. I don't know what I guess camelid looks like a camel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, camel
family.
Camels, llamas, alpacas.
All right, and then vicuña sounds Spanish.
Indeed.
So I put all that together to get Peru. I got it.
Yes, so the high altitude is the Andes, and the royalty was the Incas. Yes, it is on Peru's coat of arms. Well sorted out.
Ta.
Question 4. Which strong, heat-resistant synthetic fiber developed by Stephanie Kwolek in 1965 was first used to replace steel in racing tires, but later found multiple applications, including in shoes and canoes, but perhaps most famously in military gear?
I think I know this, and I think we see it a lot in a show that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
Is it Kevlar?
Yes, it is. Kevlar, developed by Stephanie Kwolek in 65 at DuPont. I wanted something about synthetic fibers, and then I went for nylon first, and it was also DuPont, and I was like, I feel like they do a lot of things DuPont. What do they do? Ooh, Kevlar. Let's go with that. We don't do alias-related questions, almost taboo, but I was like, okay, sure.
Little sprinkle flavor. Also, this is not a branded podcast for DuPont, so only one DuPont question, okay?
Exactly.
For editorial independence.
Question 5. Designer Frank Fernandez used which quote-unquote fabric to create an outfit worn on September 12, 2010 at an award ceremony? The wearer won an award that night, and during the acceptance speech said, "I never thought I'd be asking Cher to hold my blank purse."
I had never thought I'd be asking Cher to hold my meat purse. This is the meat dress.
It is a meat dress.
Which I found out recently was a protest of Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Yeah.
Which really wasn't...
So confusing.
I mean, the meat dress was great. Well executed. Good job, guy. Mm-hmm. But...
Also had in a purse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But why Don't Ask, Don't Tell? It wasn't very clear messaging, but it was clearly an iconic look.
From what I read, Lady Gaga, who wore the meat dress, said something about if we do not stand for what we believe in, our right won't be worth much more than the meat on our bones.
Too convoluted.
Yeah, no, don't buy it at all.
Who would do something so convoluted?
Gaga? What? Excellent execution on the meat dress, and also excellent work on this round of trivia. This is it for our trivia session today. And now it is time for a little bit of alias section. And I hope you're ready, because dare I say it was a good episode. I just want to go straight in there and just say the family comedy that they milked from this situation, I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it. The Godsons in India with the daughter who just cannot bother being with her parents, and then Irina kissing / mildly assaulting Victor Garber.
They were in character.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The sexual tension, my lord, in this episode.
Between, wait, who?
Mom and dad?
Mom and dad. Vaughn and Sydney? Or are they just not? They're just in love. They're asexually in love.
We've mentioned kink in this.
Oh, yeah. The putting the necklace on was a whole They were both into it.
I'll blow your head off. I was like, oh my Lord. This is high level choking right there.
Oh, wow. We enjoy Sydney posing as a corpse.
The most makeup hole on their head to fool the Uzbeks who probably have never seen someone with their head shot or something. She was very intact, But it was fun, the fight in the freezer and all that and smashing around. There's been some good fighting in this episode, definitely. I know there was one where she got lucky with the door being opened at the right moment in the hallway, I think was with the scientist. Like, there's some good action going on in there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. So she's going on like a lot of CIA missions and like spending a lot of time with Mom. And then every once in a while, Jack just mentions that Sloane is taken care of.
I took care of it.
Sydney's like supposedly this full-time spy at SD6.
I know. And
Jack's just like calling in sick for her.
I think it was one episode where he said, or maybe it was this one where it's like, we found something somewhere and I took the responsibility of sending Sydney myself. And Sloane's like, I wasn't even thinking about her. It's like, that's...
Chill. Do less.
Exactly. And I'm guessing that they're slowly doing less and less about it. So maybe one day they'll just be like, yeah, let's not mention. It's like Dixon's. Dixon is like, in this episode, he says something at one point, I disagree. I'm like, you're still in this show?
Oh, Dixon.
And you still think you work for the CIA. You're so far behind, Dixon.
Catch up.
He's the Francie of the SD6, truly.
No.
Yeah, he's been replaced by Dad and Mom, which I understand because it's much more interesting in terms of dynamic. I mean, you won't get a scene with, Sydney standing in her bra in front of Dixon the same way Mom did
yeah,
with
the
Dad.
bra.
Oh, the bra.
On the train.
Oh, my Lord. The mustache.
So good. He's not being put in a closet, don't worry.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I'm just, I'm where I am with this show.
Mom's taken up a lot of screen time.
Exactly. As she should. She's great.
Yeah.
We love her mom.
I mean, I think her acting is great.
She's doing more and more slowly, and she had to do a lot with very little, and she did well. I was worried it would just be that for a while. Just her being like...
mysterious and blinking slowly.
Exactly, and just like never answering any question directly. But now, like the confrontation with John Locke.
Kendall.
Terry Quinn. Really nice, really nice. Can I get a pillow and a blanket, please? Like, yeah, give her a pillow and blanket. What is this?
What did you make of her comment to their contact in India?
Oh, about noticing that he was probably from two people from different regions / tribes. I don't know. I was like, she just showcasing her smarts, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. I had a different read when I saw it as a kid and a different read now. How it's supposed to come off, I think, is her as someone who's really A, worldly, and B, empathetic. Mm-hmm. She's introduced to this Indian guy who has an Arabic-sounding family name. And then she mentions that his accent has traces of Hindi, which would suggest, to her, so he's from a mixed marriage. Mm-hmm. But Muslims in India speak Hindi.
In terms of like writing, it's like you separating the language and the religion, which is not the same thing.
Well, and also, yeah, I knew too much for this to work.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And it got shot anyway, so.
Yeah, no.
No.
First rule of action sequences, please just don't be a person of color.
Yeah.
Doing it wrong.
Disposable, cute Indian guy. Oof, that was weird.
R.I.P.
There's also the opium den in Uzbekistan. Which is like, once again, we're not in Kansas anymore, are we?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, there's an opium den.
I don't know what we were supposed to make of this terrorist group. Like, obviously, Kashmir is like a disputed territory. Were they supposed to be like Pakistani? Like, I don't know. I think that this was like probably the moment where they had the most capitalizing on the post 9/11 sentiment. Because, like, those guys looked like cartoon terrorists.
Yeah, definitely. It was... Plus, the name reminded me of Monty Python, like the Judea Liberation Front, of the Front of Liberation. It's like people, it's so random. The People Revolution Front, really just like generic as hell. Definitely. And then again, everybody gets killed anyway, so that's just how it goes.
They're just out here shooting up a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, exactly. Which is rare to see Sydney in full shooting, machine gunning people.
Yeah, you're right. They're usually using tranq. They're not really like kill, kill, kill.
I think the only recent time we've seen her with guns was when she was backed in the corner while her dad was fixing the elevator in Geneva. And it was like, we got to slow them down, so shoot them because they're going to shoot us. Here it was more like, yeah, just like gunning them down. It was weird.
Yeah, shoot them up. Shoot them up as a family.
Yeah, the family that kills together. I got to say, the dynamic between those three, there were good moments in there.
Very good.
Very good moments. Once again, this show is like stretching in two directions, you know. It's an interesting thing. So we'll see where we go in part 2 of The Passage. For now, this is the end of this episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Not an Alias Podcast, produced by Celia Brondeau with original music by Mad98.
If you love what we do, leave us a tip. The link to the tip jar is in the description.
And you can follow all things trivia at Paris Quiz Mistress.
And all things Fred at Fred Me Up.
Until next time,
Stay nerdy and keep quizzing.